I might cover this one out, but I'm definitely keeping, like, I have all of this filled to the brim with the Lord. and I remember thinking to myself, you know, I can get this permanently on me because this is never going to go away. I think there was a point, junior and senior, where I was going to some sort of Christian event 6 days a week. I probably had like one day off because I was running the middle school club, I was going to my local club, and then I was going to a club that was a little bit further away once I got my driver's license, and then I was going to youth group, and then I was practicing for the worship team, and then I was on the worship team. I was homeschooled as well for all 12 years. Up until college, you know, I was taught creationism, and the Bible was taught as history as well. So, my dad believed me to be like a warrior, like a spiritual warrior. Like I had like that was my spiritual gift, and they fed that into me even when I was younger. Like for example, as most kids, I would believe that there was something in my room. And instead of my parents turning the lights on and showing me the closet or under the bed, I was detecting evil spirits. When I moved to the city, I basically moved from one Christian community to another, even though it was a little bit more like alternative, right? I would lead worship, we'd go fix up people's houses, and we'd clean up the neighborhood. But I was all about the love, man, you know? Like the love of Jesus is like gonna save the world. And it's when I was really introduced to a homosexual community that I started to wonder why they're condemned for who they are. Because I met a lot of wonderful people who were homosexuals, and that part of their life wasn't as defining as I expected it to be. It was defining the way that my heterosexuality is defining to me. When I, you know, started to ask questions about that, I was just told that they were going to hell. And I had a really hard time accepting that.
These homosexuals, lesbians, sadists, masochists, and other sex deviants.
We went to, 2 years ago, went to a cottage. We were there and just talking a lot about it. And there were books flying around, like God Is Not Great by Christopher Hitchens, and like Free Will by Sam Harris. And then we were listening to David Bazan's Curse Your Branches. And all these things that I found myself like really relating to and being like, wait, that's a great question. Like questions that I never thought to ask were being asked, and in some cases being answered. Like what faith really is, and the idea that faith isn't a virtue. To me, that was preposterous. Like you have faith. I've had faith my whole life. That's a good thing. When I really started to understand what faith was, I was really turned off by it. And it made me feel stupid. And so I stopped having faith when I started to feel stupid for having it. I have much more value for human life now that I have lost my faith, which a lot of Christians don't understand. And I find that to be interesting. But they're all looking for the next life. And I'm holding this life very sacred. I burned some bridges because I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know how to say, I don't believe this anymore. When I've like been one of the most forward people about my faith. I was telling kids that I believed in Jesus like all the time, inner city kids and stuff who like other people would be afraid to like approach them about God, and I would just be like, I would just lay it out all out on the table. And so it was very definitive for me. And when that was gone, I felt there's a little bit of shame, but the only thing that we had in common was faith. And now that's gone, and now we're left with nothing to talk about. Mostly I felt like I was betraying people, and I didn't know how to handle that, and so I would just, in some cases, I just stopped showing up. People aren't going to understand, and you're going to lose friends. But there's a sweet, sweet relief when you finally let go. And that's worth it.
And in this day especially, oh God, deliver us, Americans, from evil.